Hotep, I am the Amen Osiris, the one and only undisputed God of law. We are Deception Stoppers, America's only 4D education service. I am not a lawyer. This is not a law firm. We do not advocate that you don't support your human offspring. We simply advocate you made them in private, you take care of them in private. All right, and today what I'm going to teach you is that Title 4D, the 4D crime family that operates in the state, and I don't give a rat's behind who says what. The 4D crime family is not a state agency. It is a federal agency operating in the state. Okay, that's it. Now, as I've told you, you don't have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to 4D. Okay, all you have to do is go to their website, read it, and break down every word. And so, for today's example, I'm in Massachusetts website, and look, here's a lie. Look, Massachusetts.gov. All right, the Child Support and Enforcement Agency in Massachusetts is not a government agency. It is a private corporation that simply operates in Massachusetts under a contractual obligation. They are performing contractual obligations, which is 100% voluntary, and we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so this is their website. All right, and I don't care what state you're in, go to the website. All right, one thing that I've taught you is to tear down every word. All right, and we're gonna do that right here. Okay. Now, according to Massachusetts Child Support Enforcement Agency, they say we provide services to parents who pay child support and parents and caretakers who receive child support. Child support is a way for parents to share the financial responsibility for their child, even when they do not live together. Either parent or the child's caretaker can apply for our services to establish paternity, get an order determining a child's legal father, or to get, enforce, or change a child support order. Okay? Now, let's have some fun. Okay? And gentlemen, this is admissible in any court of law. Okay? If you're going to a 4D hearing, that is not a court of law. All right, you're not seeing a judge. You're not seeing a prosecutor. All right, if you get arrested, you're not getting arrested by a sheriff. You're getting arrested by a contractor. All these people are contractors operating outside of the Constitution, which is the law. Okay, so 4D crime family equals service provider. What is a service provider? A service provider is an individual or entity that provides services to another party. The relationship is typically governed by a service agreement, which is what? A contract. Okay? So the 4D crime family, they're simply a service provider. Look, we provide services. There it is, okay? We provide services. That makes them a service provider, nothing more. It's not a government agency. So, now, I pulled this off of, which one? This was New Jersey's I pulled it off of. All right. So this agreement, this service agreement is contract, okay? These are the contract terms, and don't take my word for it, gentlemen. Look it up. Go to any 4D, what do you call that application, and they all say this. Trust me, I got a copy of every last one of them. These are the contract terms, all right? So typically, this relationship is typically governed by a service contract. Here are the terms. Termination of services. 4D services may be terminated if the obligee fails to cooperate. Those are the terms of the service agreement. They have to cooperate. Okay. So what I've done is I've copied and pasted this. All right. This is one I just read to you off their website. All right. You'll notice that the word child support is stricken because you now know there's no such thing as child support according to what the Supreme Court and the high courts have said. Okay, it does not exist. It was never intended to benefit individual children or custodial parents. All right, they don't have a right to it, and there's no entitlement to services. Title 4D was created to benefit the public treasury, not your seed, not your baby mamas. All right, so here it is again. We provide services, so that proves that there are a service providers to parents who pay child support. Let me ask you a question. For those of you who they're stealing from, did you apply for these services? Did you ask them to help you pay this so-called non-existent child support? No, you did not. All right. And parents and caretakers who receive 4D. All right, 4D is a way for parents to share financial responsibility for their child. All right, that ain't none of the corporation's business. Okay, if a child, according to the Supreme Court, has no right to child support, then where's your financial responsibility? Okay, don't take it wrong, gentlemen. You made it, take care of it. I'm not saying that, but this is the law. Okay, here it is in black and white. Either parent or the child's caretaker can apply for our services. Did you apply for Title 4D services? And if you did not, then how is it that they are providing you services? They're not. They're robbing you blind. Okay? They're robbing you blind. All right? So apply for our services to establish paternity. Look at some dictionaries right here. Apply. Make a formal request. Well, wait a minute. You ever heard the pigs on the movies when they show they Mirandize somebody, say you have the right to remain silent? Do you have to fill out an application to obtain that right? No, you do not. That's this case in point. You have a right to bear arms. So why is the gun store forcing you to fill out an application? That's a violation of your rights, gentlemen. Okay. Okay. So the objectivity is take their website and look at it. All right. And tear it down word for word. All right. None of this is legal. None of it at all. And for those of you who keep crying and whining like a little girl with a skin knee, guess what? Go down to the office and snatch somebody up. All right. Find out where they live. Okay. They know where you live. They know everything about you. Don't you think you need to be knowing something about them? So, paternity establishment. All right, I've already shared with you in the Federal Manual, Child Support, page 17. Without paternity establishment, there cannot be a 4D order. All right, there's no such thing as a 4D order, period, because it doesn't exist. All right, you order when you go to a restaurant. You order when you go to McDonald's drive-thru. That's an order. All right, if you're free, all right, if you're free, which the Constitution says you are, then nobody can order you to do anything, especially a contractor. Okay. So here's some definitions. Okay. Agreement. What? It's a contract. Apply. You're making a formal request. Did you make a formal request? All right. For 4D services? No, you did not. What is an entity? An entity is simply an existence. Okay. The 4D crime family is an entity. It simply exists in the state. All right, so check this out. Right here it says determining the child's legal father. Let's look at father. As used in law, all right, this term may, according to the context and nature of the instrument, and cannot be so construed to be a female. All right, what is an instrument? An instrument is a contract, gentlemen. Okay? That's all it is. An instrument is a contract. No more, no less. What was the case law? Pennhurst versus Haldeman School. As we have stated before, this Title 4D services is in the nature of a contract. There's 4 contracts. One between the federal government and the state. Okay, and then once the federal government comes into the state, the courts and the cops and the pigs and the clerks of courts and everybody else, they make a contract, right? Then you got the contract between the customer, which is usually baby mama, and then there's a contract between you, which is usually paternity establishment. It is contractual in nature, fellas. Okay? That's all it is. Obligation, all right? Law or duty binding a party to perform their agreement. An undertaking to perform. Undertaking, what is a contract? Perform is a contract. Binding is a contract. An agreement is a contract. Okay? What is paternity? The legal establishment of fatherhood for a child. Okay, and that's done what? By the nature of an instrument, which is a contract. All right, perform. To perform an obligation or contract is to execute, fulfill, or accomplish it according to its terms. All right, provide. They're a service provider. All right, to supply. What are they supplying? Nothing but life-altering shit that you don't want to go through. Responsibility, the obligation to answer for an act done. All right, look. Look, financial responsibility. So in other words, I've done a video on this. When you have sex with one of your concubines in a state, that gives the state jurisdiction over you, okay? The act done is sex. and service. Performance of labor for benefit of another. All right, so guess what? It ain't to benefit the mom. It ain't to benefit your child. All right, it's to benefit the public treasury. Read your case laws, gentlemen. Okay, stop doing what you're doing, and you'll stop getting what you're getting. Time to go to war, fellas. Okay. Now they done ran down there and smashed and grabbed that nation's capital. Don't you think you should be running down to the Department of Human or Social Services and doing the same thing? Okay. All these people who are ruining your lives are getting away with it. They get to go home and sleep good at night. And you're sitting there worried about your check being garnished or your driver's license. Well, that's your problem because you're cowards. Don't take it personal. It's just business. Go find these service providers, all right, and make sure, all right, because if they don't go to work, they can't provide this service. If the building is closed and burning in flames, they can't provide this service. If they're too scared to come out of their house because they fear you, they can't provide this service. I'm the Amin Osiris. If you need help, bang the email. Okay, we can get you a consultation. And if you have a consultation coming, gentlemen, shoot me an email. I do apologize. I've had some issues with the new office, some pipes. It's been a total nightmare, but we're all still here, and I do apologize. All right. However, get up at me and go to their website, gentlemen. Stop being wussies. Start being brutes. Okay. Start going to these people's office. All right. Find out where they live. Find out what kind of car they drive. Find out where their kids go to school. Find out how much they're making. They know everything about you. Time for you to start knowing everything about them. But worst case scenario, go to their website. All right. One simple paragraph, and look how much we can get off of one simple paragraph. Okay. Stop doing it. Hotep.